Where do I begin the review for Tomorrowland? It is certainly not anything anyone really expected. Teasers like this should be done way more often. It opens with Britt Robertson. If anyone's seen Under the Dome, they would know what she's from. I recognized her almost immediately as soon as I saw the trailer because I'd been watching Under the Dome up until that year. This is a very great teaser. It opens with a girl in a police station, and it's like a 1 minute clip. She's getting all her clothes back from evidence locker or whatever. They're giving her shirt, her hat, and they give her a pin, and she says, "I don't know this pin." She touches it. It transports her to another dimension. The whole room changes, and she's in a field of grass. She screams. No one else notices. So then she's in the car riding home with her dad, and you see her like holding the pin. You see that she's like flying. She's in another world. So it's very interesting. It certainly asks a lot of questions. Where is this world? How do you get there? What's the point of this pin? Who made this pin? And then you just get one shot of George Clooney in the trailer saying something along the lines of, "Are you ready, kid?" So you have that, and all those ingredients make for a very interesting trailer. And you're just wondering, what will this movie be back? What will it be about? Will they be able to solve all the mysteries of the movie? And not really. The Brad Bird and the filmmakers and Disney behind this picture don't really get it off the ground moving. A lot of it is very road trippy and very on the road, and there's a lot of talking and discussing Tomorrowland and how it came to be. But there's never a lot of sitting down in this world and actually immersing in it and feeling like we're there. There's a couple chases through it, and some brief chases on a train, and a scene at the end. But for the most part, it's very disappointing, the adventures they go through to get there. Because it's really just a whole bunch of talking and not a lot of fun action. The action in this film too isn't that great or fun or charismatic. There's these guys chasing these government type agents, very cheesy and boring, chasing them through George Clooney's house. They go into a comic book shop. A lot of it's just not that memorable and it's just unremarkable network TV type action. None of it feels very original or graceful. Disney is majestic. There's a majesty there. When you watch an original movie, you think, I want to see this, very original adventure. Raiders of the Lost Ark is a great example of this because they were trying to do, Steven Spielberg and George Lucas were trying to make an American James Bond. And they pretty much succeeded. They carved all those tropes in his own path. They made a character for Harrison Ford. What we have here are filmmakers who are trying to make a movie based off the Tomorrowland ride. So they have all that there, and they have all the footnotes and the major grounding, but they can't really add it. They can't put a story into this. The female character they build, Britt Robertson's character, is just somehow so shambly. She kind of falls apart once they introduce George Clooney's character and the character of the robot little girl played by Rafe Cassidy, which is a really weird performance. I even remember hysterically laughing when Rafe Cassidy jumps off of a truck and she falls about 30 stories. It's very funny. Rafe Cassidy is a really talented actor. She was in Vox Lux. She was in what's the movie? The Killing of a Sacred Deer. And just finding out that she actually started in Tomorrowland is hilarious to me because I had no idea she was in this until I rewatched it and I was like, holy shit, that's Rafe Cassidy. Just to be clear, I did not rewatch it. I probably watched the CinemaSins of it just to get to see all the dumb parts because I didn't really want to sit through the whole thing again. It really just devolves over the course of 2 hours. It's a movie that loses steam. It becomes less interesting. It becomes expository and it becomes all dull. And I don't like a movie that does that feels like it's just trying to explain something to you. It feels like it can't show it to you. Actions speak louder than words. In this movie, words speak louder than actions. They just say everything that they are trying to get across. Hugh Laurie is in this film, and spoilers, he plays a villain. And he just exposits so much, and it's ridiculous and boring, and we don't like hearing him just constantly tell you what you kind of already assumed. They don't show you anything new. The movie should have shown you this beautiful world. Even if it didn't show that, it just deserves to at least have a little bit of original semblance and original locations as opposed to reiterating what it's been saying for the past 2 hours. George Clooney's great. He just doesn't have any energy to his character. His whole role is, we have to, stop the Tomorrowland people from destroying the world and creating a whole new world. It's very uninteresting and unremarkable, and I don't know if I can really speak that much more about it. I just don't know what else I'm going to say. I just wish this had been more poignant and exciting. It had a lot of potential for humor. Skims on that, skims on the family element. It's just very all over the place. Clearly, this wanted to be a scopy Star Wars type original, huge, ambitious film, but it was not that ambitious. Bottom line, this is not an ambitious movie. It's just a repeat of what Disney's been doing for a while now, which is cranking out these dull entries. I mean, they've been remaking Cinderella, Aladdin. They have a Peter Pan remake coming out. I would honestly like to see more money put towards a film like this, and actually have the director deliver on something good. Because let's be honest, Brad Bird is a great director. He brought us The Iron Giant, brought us The Incredibles, two really well crafted and balanced films. This is not balanced. This is written by Lost screenwriter Damon Lindelof, Watchmen and Lost, and The Leftovers creator Damon Lindelof, and it clearly is mixing that fascination and wonder and the beauty of the unknown with a childlike sense of fantasy and a sense of majesty, and it doesn't connect, because when you're doing Disney and then you're doing hard sci-fi, or like gritty steampunk, trying to make it for all audiences, it just never collides into one thing. I haven't even seen A Wrinkle in Time. I saw the first 20 minutes of it on an airplane, and I just thought to myself, I can tell what they're doing. They're mixing social justice warriors with trying to tell a gritty story, and also trying to do a job at adapting it from its Disney happy little source. So you can never satisfy all audiences, and in this case, Tomorrowland, I really would like to see a remake of Tomorrowland, because it had so much potential, and it's just all lost. The first 20 minutes, I mean, the first scene is interesting, but the rest of it, it just really feels like it's a mix of a lot of scenes. And that's all I really have to say about that. Check out my next reviews, guys. I'm going to be doing West Side Story, Zodiac, and yeah, let me know what movies you want me to review. Thank you for watching my review for Tomorrowland.